welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be a Valentine's gift guide for her. It's going to cover 50 items just to kind of give you a bit of a feel for things. It's going to have luxury items as well as more mid-range items. So if we go through and if we look at something like a little kind of cute card holder, maybe something like this in the corner, that's, you know, could have like it could be a designer brand, it could be high street brand, just something useful that they can put in their kind of little handbags or big handbags. Then also a blow dry subscription. I think that's really good. I know friends that have had that as well, and that means throughout the year they can go and have just a nice little pampering and a blow dry. Also something like a watch, so you could have maybe an Apple Watch if they're into that kind of thing and monitoring their kind of activities. Or you could go something more luxurious like a Cartier watch, or maybe something like a Harry Winston, which is really kind of bougie. And obviously depending on who you're buying it for and the commitment level, I think, yeah, something a bit luxurious. Also as well, something like hampers. So you could go with a Fortnum & Mason hamper, which I'll just put in the corner. Or you could make your own. You could buy little things and put them together that you know she really likes. It could be, you know, bath bombs, it could be anything really. Or you could get a luxurious brand like Harrods or Fortnum & Mason or something like that where you're from. Then also you could do something a little bit more kind of custom. So you could arrange for her to make her own lipstick. And I know Code 8, which is based in the UK, you can actually go and create the lipstick yourself. So you could buy that and actually you could have it as part of an experience that you could kind of go down with her and do it with her. And it's just something a bit more unique. And I'll put a few pictures in the corner. But, you know, really sweet. I mean, it's obviously a little gift, but if they're really into makeup and, you know, they're making their own, and it then means that they can kind of go back and reorder it because they keep all your information on file on what you've made. So that's really handy. It's not just a one-off. Then also you could look at something like a brush set. If they're again into kind of makeup, really nice brush set, that could be a part of a bit bigger kind of gift, could be to do with a beauty experience or spa experience, that you could kind of combine the two. And then maybe something like getting something a bit quirky like a bath caddy, like in the picture here, where they're kind of like, oh, you've got me a bath caddy. I'm not sure if that's what I've been wanting, but you could combine it with a bit of a cheeky kind of spa gift as well. So they think they're just getting the bath caddy, but actually, oh, by the way, you're going away for a weekend for a spa or an afternoon of spa sessions. It's really sweet. So you can kind of make it a bit fun. Also do something like an Aspinall photo album, and you can put photos of you and her together, obviously if it's a wife or a girlfriend, and you can kind of put like a bit of a story together of how, you know, how your relationship's progressed, and you give that as part of a present, which is a little kind of photo album. So I think that's kind of sweet. Or you could do more kind of luxury, which could be like, you know, a lovely Cartier scarf or an Hermes lipstick, or an Hermes cushion, something like that if they're like homewares and they also like luxury. It's just nice, it's a little kind of touch. Also a few other ideas, you could do something like a coffee table book, and if they're into fashion or interior design, you can maybe get like a Dior book, you know, put it in with a bit of a funny quirky bookmark, you know, something like this. Or if they're into interior design, you could do an interior design book. Again, it's just thinking about what they really like or are interested in, and then that's that personal touch. You could also, if they're into kind of more lifestyle and beauty elements, you could get maybe something like a Dyson supersonic hairdryer, if they've not already got one, anything like that, or a GHD straightener, again, if they're into that with their hair. And then obviously, you know, one of the usual ones would be jewellery. So you could get something like this, a little kind of elephant necklace with a little diamond in. It doesn't have to be just straightforward diamonds. It could be like their zodiac sign. And again, that just shows thought, one, that you know it. If you don't already know, maybe you should find out. And little things like that, really. It's just that personal token, as well as the usual ones like chocolates. So you could do truffle chocolates. You could even do a chocolate subscription, like with Hotel Chocolate, I'll put in the corner. And that means they get a little box of chocolates every month delivered to them, which is really sweet. And it kind of extends the gift throughout the year. So it gives you a few brownie points anyway. You could order something a bit more luxurious as well. You could maybe do Eurostar tickets, so if you're in the UK, and you could just package the tickets, they don't necessarily know where they're going, and it becomes a surprise, and it's a nice little kind of weekend away, but they know they're going somewhere, which is really nice. So if it was Eurostar, you could go to Paris or Brussels or various other places, which would be really sweet. And again, would apply if you're not in Europe. You could do something else, a little train ticket somewhere or a flight somewhere that's a surprise. And that element of a surprise is just another little sweet token. You'd also do something like a silk eye mask set if they're into silk products and they're interested in their kind of hair care and body care, which I think is really nice. Or you could do like a gratitude journal. If they're into kind of journaling and writing stuff down, they might appreciate that as well. You could also do something as what I'd say probably quite common is like gift cards, but maybe for a special shop that they really want to go to. It could be Liberty in London, it could be Harrods or Fortnum and Mason, or even just their local high street store. I wouldn't use that as the main gift, but putting that in with other things, maybe in a hamper, is also quite nice. So it gives you a bit of an overview. So going back to subscriptions, you could also do something like a house and garden subscription, interior design, gardening, anything they've maybe got a passion in. It could be what they're maybe training in, or there's a hobby in, arts and crafts. And again, it just extends the kind of gift giving throughout the year. You could do something as well, which is like a jewellery holder. So you could do maybe a Tiffany jewellery holder, which I'll just put in the corner, and it's kind of little, quite cute. And if they're into brands, they might like that. Again, on the food side, you could do little macaroon boxes like Ladurée, which I'll also put on the screen. And again, that'd be a nice little gift. It may not be like a main gift, but a little treat. Also, skincare is quite common. Again, I would use skincare if you already know what they like, as opposed to just random brands. I think just having that bespoke thought about what you know your girlfriend, your wife, etc. likes, or even just the scent. So a few kind of ideas on the screen here. And then also candles as well when it comes to scent. It plays a big part in emotions, in mood, in memory, in my opinion anyway. I use a lot of candles. I like Jo Malone, Diptyque, Woodwick. So anything kind of like that. Same with perfume. You can get Le Labo, which I'll put in the corner. They're quite unusual. And also just if they've already got perfumes that they already use and they're running low, just having that initiative to see if one's running low and it's like, oh, I'll get her another one because it's running out. As well as things like silk bedding. Again, I wouldn't get as the main present, but a nice little added touch, maybe silk pillowcases. So you've thought about her experience as well. Maybe things like activewear. Again, I'd be a bit sensitive to who you're getting that for, and that it's not maybe misconstrued in the wrong way. If they're already really sporty, they maybe do yoga, you can get them a yoga mat, new activewear outfit, anything like that. But I would be mindful of who you're buying that for, because you know, some people may not appreciate that and some people may love it. You could do more luxurious things if they're really into their kind of animals and pets. You could get something sweet like a Louis Vuitton dog collar or dog bag, which I'll just put on screen. Again, you know, girl's best friend isn't always diamonds, it's usually their furry animals as well. You could maybe get a Tiffany dog collar, be quite sweet for their little dog. Just those little added touches when you know they're really into animals or their little kind of fur babies and things. It's kind of sweet. Also as well, depending on what time of year it is, you can get a nice pair of luxurious leather gloves. I do think, you know, really nice high-end ones would go a long way. And I mean, on the more luxurious side as well, you could get little gifts. So you could get maybe an LV key pouch. Again, like we were looking at with the kind of card holders, I'll put an example on the screen. And it's just something little, it's not dead bougie. I mean, you could go out and buy like a pair of like Louis Vuitton shoes for her, or maybe a designer handbag, depending on where you're at in the relationship or the marriage, etc., or special occasion. I mean, it's Valentine's Day, so if it's something special, I think it's that added little touch. But I mean, these gift guides you could apply to, you know, anniversaries, to Christmas, anything really. So also things like personalised luggage when we get to travel again, whenever that may be. Something like a makeup organiser. I've recently got a few, I'll put one on screen, which can be really handy, again, depending on if they're into skincare and makeup and beauty. So you could maybe get some silk pyjamas with lily silk. I'll put an example in the corner. And that then allows you to put like a monogram on it. So that would be kind of sweet. And also when they open it up, they won't necessarily know that until they kind of look at it, which is a nice little surprise as well. You could get maybe something like a Polaroid camera, take a couple of snaps. You could have UGG slippers. You could also do something I've seen on YouTube as well, where they do this star picture map, where the day you met, for example, or maybe the day you got married or a special day, they can actually get the stars and take an image of that, and you get that framed. It may or may not be your cup of tea, but it's also an added kind of thought. And then you can also do something like a Savoy suite in London. You can maybe have a night there as just as a little staycation, or, you know, if you're in the States or anywhere else, a little hotel stay, but maybe a bit more luxurious. So for example, if you went to one of the London hotels that have butler service, you could maybe have one night where you have your own little butler, and they, you know, and concierge that kind of looks after your every need. And it's like an overall pampering for both of you as well, which I think is really nice. And obviously it's a special thing. You wouldn't necessarily always have that. Well, if you did, that's awesome and brilliant, but not everyone necessarily be in that situation. So it would be a luxurious gift, but I mean, for both of you as well. And then on the other kind of beauty skincare side, you can get maybe a little rollerball scent that you can put on, as opposed to an actual perfume, but they can put in their handbag in a nice little gift. So a few other ideas. You could do something as kind of, I guess, old-fashioned as write a love letter. You know, it makes it personal. Put what you love about them, you know, how you met, or anything really. Just a nice little handwritten love note. I probably wouldn't type it, or, you know, not like send a text or anything. You know, a handwritten note that's been really thought about. I think that would go a long way. As well as something as, I guess, old school as, you know, flowers. You could have like dried flowers that, you know, last forever, which hopefully would be like said relationship or marriage. But also you could do flowers to work. If that certain individual would really quite like that gift token being seen at work as opposed to private, that may be an added kind of little kind of fun quirk. Or you could also do, which I've also seen online, like a date night jar. I'll put a few examples on screen, but you could basically pick them out, whether it's kind of in a little piece of paper or a stick or something, and you know you've got a little kind of date night coming and what that is, and what on the stick it would say what the date night is. But I suppose that's more kind of a mutual gift, it's not just for one person. You could do something a little bit cheeky and just do little things that you'll do, you know, maybe like, I'm going to make dinner tonight, or I'm going to take you out to the movies or something, which is kind of fun. But again, I'd also add it on with another present. I wouldn't use that as the sole present. I just think the personal touches, I think, do go a long way. I think women and girls really do appreciate that and the thought that's gone into them, as opposed to just randomly going in and giving us a gift voucher for any shop. You know, the lack of thought probably isn't the best. But that gives you a bit of an idea. That's about 50 to go through. So yeah, and I hope you guys have a lovely Valentine's and you do lots of things. And let me know in the comments below what you guys got, what gifts you may have got, or what you bought your girlfriend or wife, etc. Let me know. It'd be really interesting to see what you received and what you got. So I'll see you in the next video.